what I'm saying to you.
When I was 21, I was in a deep sleep, and my Blessed Mother gave me a blue rose. I didn't know what the rose meant at the time, the blue rose. And then I brought it to attention to an elderly woman, and she said the blue rose means of peace, love, and joy. Because the Blessed Mother's flower is the blue rose.
Yeah.
Her color is blue.
Well, and the rose is blue too. I didn't know at the time
Okay.
until she enlightened me, and she said that is something very special for her to hand you a rose.
Yeah.
And my husband's grandmother, oh, God bless her, she's 106.
Wow.
The Blessed Mother always comes to her.
Okay.
And when she does the litany, and she tells her how beautiful she is. She's the most beautiful woman in the world.
We have a couple of roll-ins we're going to go to now. In the booth, can you put up Claudia's roll-ins? All right, Claudia, you explain this.
Here's the chapel.
Hi, my name is Antonio De Sanctis. I got inspired by a specific person who works with me. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here today. Miracles do happen, and I've been blessed by a specific person. I want to thank Claudia Canuto for helping me out. I'm healed. Sciatic nerve is gone. I feel a lot better, and it's the first time on camera, so I got a bit of chills. You just gotta believe in what you praise. There's really a lot of negative people out there. If you can just flush them out of your life, faster the better.
That's right.
And just stick to the prayers. Listen to what people tell you. It helps. I'm cured. I still do my job. I remember complaining every day. Couldn't move my leg. Couldn't do anything. And Antonio De Sanctis really inspired me to call Claudia. I did. It took a bit of work. Listen to the prayers. Miracles do happen. You just gotta focus on it. And there's not much. It happens to some people, it happens to whatever. Who knows? Maybe I'm blessed. It happens to anybody. I'm speechless, Doc. I don't know. Chapel, if you have a chance, an opportunity, take the drive. Go to St. Brandon. Something in there you have to see for yourself. It's unexplainable. It works for myself. You know what? Take 5 minutes of your time. Try it. It's fun. Thanks, Claudia.
Oh, how beautiful. Oh, how beautiful.
Hi, my name is Pina Scalia. I'm here today visiting Claudia's chapel. I've been here for many visits, hoping for one day for a miracle, which I know is going to happen. Claudia has been praying for such a long time for me and nothing has happened, but I'm still hoping, and I know there's going to be a miracle out there for me one day. And you should come and visit the place. It's beautiful.
You want to tell us a little bit about that?
The first guy, his name is Antonio De Sanctis. He's a friend of mine. Actually, he's a friend of my husband. He works with him. And he had sciatic nerve in his back, on the right side of his back, going all the way down to his leg, which was numbing out his toes, his leg. Apparently, he had been going to a doctor or a chiropractor for like 3 months. Paid all kinds of money. Nothing ever happened. And then he calls me one night, and happened to call me during the time that I chose. I always take 1 week of prayer every month because it takes a lot of energy, so I choose 1 week. And I said to him, and this was September 10th that I did pray for him, 2012. So I said, I don't mind, I'll pray for you. And next morning he calls me, he was ecstatic. He said he was able to do cartwheels. If he knew how to do cartwheels, he would have done cartwheels. So he was very very happy. And with him it happened one time. And the girl is a friend of mine, her name is Pina Scalia. She's been suffering, both her kidneys have failed for 2 years. She's on dialysis like 2-3 times a week, and I did her prayer back in September, the first one, and I do prayers. I've done maybe 7 or 8. Nothing has worked yet, but she has other issues that she's dealing with. She's got a lot of anger.
Yeah.
She's got a lot of other problems. So I think because of that, it's not allowing for the healing prayers to go through to her.
true.
And I've explained it to her. It's not her fault. She does have some disturbances at home. And hopefully I'm not going to give up on her.
No, because you know what the most important thing they say? They say you have to forgive.
Yes.
Because if you don't forgive, you can't heal within.
Yeah.
That's it.
And I've
And if you
explained
hold
it to her.
animosity towards
Yeah.
people or anybody, that's going to eat you up inside. It's going to make it worse.
Yeah.
Better to give that stuff away. Just give it
Yeah.
away.
That's it.
Get rid of it.
You have to surrender it.
You know, surrender it. Forgive
To God.
everybody.
Because she
Give it to
really,
God
she
and
has
take
a
care
lot
of
of,
it.
she has a lot of faith. She's not giving up, and
Good.
I'm having another. Every time I have a little party for the chapel, she's the first one there. So she's very
Well,
strong on the
you
faith.
can see her faith is very strong because she says she's not giving up.
No,
and,
she's
you
not
know,
giving up, and I'm not giving up.
No, it's the
God's
determination.
not giving up
And
either.
God's not going to give up on her, but she needs to release that
'Cause she's-
animosity she has.
Yeah.
Right.
It'll take
'Cause
take
Oh,
root.
yeah.
She's young, and to have both
Kidneys, I
kidneys
know.
gone like that
Yeah.
at such a young age, it's
Is
terrible.
Is she
Dialysis.
is she a candidate for a transplant?
Perhaps she has to do make some changes, but she might be a candidate for.
Okay.
Yeah.
But don't you all believe that no matter how much healing and praying and how much confidence you have, if God is choosing that you know, it's your time.
Oh, well, that's it, of course.
If
know.
it's
Even
your
if-
time, yes.
Even if you're giving someone Reiki, let's say I'm a Reiki master healer,
Mm-hmm.
okay? Even if it is God's intention that they should go home to heaven to Him, you can make them more comfortable
Right. The
by giving them the
transition.
Reiki. And also, after a soul has departed, Reiki over there will help them to become comfortable really fast and get more acclimated to the other dimension.
The new energies when they're there,
Yeah.
returning back to their regular form anyway.
Yeah, so a
Usually-
healing isn't a guaranteed healing that you're going to stay, but it is a good energy to have with you, whatever happens.
Usually when you're dying or you're going to be sick, there's always somebody coming here to pick you up.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
of
It's going
course,
to be an
of course.
angel, or they're going to send you
Guides.
Your spirit guide.
a spirit, or they're going to send you someone from your family. But mostly they send you somebody to
Definitely,
take you.
definitely.
There has to
Right,
be
to
somebody
guide you, yes.
Yeah.
to guide you through.
Yeah.
Because that's why people can't go past the light, because they're frightened. They don't know what it is.
Well, I always send, when somebody passes away, I always send Michael to take them across.
Right.
Because Michael's the head of the archangels.
That's
and
right.
I always call upon him to take people who departed, even when my pet passed away.
Right,
I had him take him across.
Yeah.
right.
You know, and I'm comfortable and at peace with that, knowing that when I call upon them, that's
They're there, I'm going to tell you.
They're there
I
to do
have
that.
been,
Saint Raphael is the healer.
He's the healer.
Yeah.
Yes,
Saint
yes.
Raphael is the healer.
Saint Gabriel is the
He's a
messenger.
Messenger.
You know,
and Saint Uriel
Uriel.
is the love.
well, Ariel.
Ariel.
Ariel. Uriel.
Well, yeah, they call
Ur-
Uriel Ariel.
Uriel works
interchangeably.
hand in hand with Michael. He's basically a warrior archangel.
Yeah,
too.
they're warriors.
Yeah, and his signature is silver. You'll see silver. When Claudia would send Raphael to me, or I call upon him, I would see like green sparkling diamonds in my room when I wake up at night.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So I know he's there. You know, and I just close my eyes and go back to sleep. So,
Right.
You know, you can't be in better hands.
That's right.
Right.
You know, so.
Really calms you down, makes you nice and comfy.
I mean,
to know that.
there's a line that Claudia says. She says, "If St. Raphael ain't big, he's at my house." She
He's,
said-
I say he's
she
my
said,
buddy.
He's my buddy.
Oh,
Right
yeah.
at my house.
Well, luckily they are omnipresent, so they can be in more than one place at one time.
Don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. I thought he was just with me.
She never,
I don't like to share him. He's so
Billions of
beautiful.
people in the world.
she never shared her toys as a child. Never.
But there's more archangels, but we don't know their names.
No, I
Oh,
know.
yes,
There's a lot.
absolutely, sure.
ahead
I know
of
quite a
them,
bit of them,
Many
but-
more.
Those are the four top
Lisa,
guys.
When when we had the Trade Center thing, you lost a cousin in the Trade Center. Okay. What did that do as far as your faith was concerned? I mean, did you start to sometimes wonder why this happened and why so many good people were taken in a flash of a second or suffered the way they do, that people actually chose to jump 110 stories to their deaths and burn?
I mean, I think it's human for all of us, no matter how much faith we have, to question when terrible things happen. I mean, turn on the news at any given point. Why would a baby be stuck in it, be put in an oven and burnt? Or I ask God, why? And my answer to that is this. We're not supposed to understand everything, It's kind of like when you're a kid and your parents said, because I said so. A lot of times that doesn't make sense. You're like, but why? Never mind, I said so. So we have to, I feel, I have enough faith in God that, I think that it could have been much worse than it was. It's unfortunate that, my cousin and anybody else who lost people went that way. And, it's terrible, and I feel like it could have been avoided, but I guess, that we're given free choice, and that's why there's
That's
many
it.
bad,
Free will.
individuals in this world, and I can't stand that, and it's always going to keep on happening, but it
Well, the only consolation to that is that they will pay.
Right, I believe they will pay.
There'll be retribution.
If not in this
Absolutely.
life,
In
in
the next life.
eternal life.
Somewhere
you
along
know?
the way, they're
You're
going
right.
to know they did something
Just
wrong.
like when you're a good person, you
That's
know.
right.
And but it didn't lessen my faith. But I know many people very close to me who, when things are bad and you feel like you have a black cloud over you, they question, where's God? God's not here. Why would a loving God wouldn't do that? And sometimes, it does question, I do question that, like how could, terrible things happen to animals and children and people who are good people?
God doesn't do it, but he allows it because of
why?
our free will.
Well,
I know, but like why? Like
I know.
have a problem
I
with
wondered
that.
too. I said,
Because-
God, why don't you just throw
You
a
know
lightning
why?
bolt at those
I
people?
feel why when these things happen. Sometimes out of everything bad, there's good.
Yes.
Because
yes.
when we had Sandy, why you'd say why, but look how people joined together as a family.
And 9/11 too.
And 9/11,
Yeah.
they came out everywhere. There was love, there was compassion, there was
it was life the way it was supposed to
the
be.
way it
meant
should
to
be.
Exactly.
So
Everybody
from
taking care of
something
each
bad
other.
always comes something good. Look what happened to me when I lost my 2 children. God gave me my niece to raise. So after the 2 children, I had another child to replace that.
Right.
So everything happens for reasons down the road. Why did my mother abandon me? I understand why, what she was going through, because my mother's birthday is February 23rd and the baby was born February 22nd. Could that even hit any harder?
Yeah.
So
Close to home.
very close to home. So there's a reason for everything. And it is a journey we're taking, and it is stages of life that we're going through as we're bringing our journey back to home.
Lisa, on the subject we were just talking about, do you feel that the death of your cousin in such a horrible way, all right, increased your search for faith?
No, I mean, I think we all have pivotal moments in our life, and for me, there was a point when I was unemployed, and I sent my resume everywhere, and I've done a lot of different jobs. And I even applied for McDonald's, and I didn't get called.
And
There's your
usually
college
everybody gets
dollars
called
at work,
McDonald's.
ladies and
And
gentlemen.
I wasn't a kid, and I was like, what? But, of course, they probably thought I was overqualified and,
Yeah.
whatever. But the point is, I became very depressed, obviously.
You could obviously read.
And, not to knock that, a job is a job, but, I was depressed that I can't even get hired at McDonald's,
That would depress you.
And so I started becoming depressed, and I'm not a depressed person at all, but I had this moment that I was depressed, and anyone around me couldn't even deal with me because they didn't know how to deal with me being depressed because I'm not like that.
Right.
And then I couldn't deal with me because I'm not like that. So it was like very strange, and I started to say, stuff like a lot of people say, like